We're being encouraged to make heart-healthy food choices this Christmas. We know there can be temptations and perhaps not always the healthiest platter on Christmas Day and the days around it as well. Joining me now is Natalie Raffoul from the Heart Foundation. Thanks for your time. Look, it's a tough pitch, I guess, because a lot of people get to the end of the year and there might be that once a year enjoyment they get, and not all of it's the healthiest food. So what's the advice here? Sort of splurge on Christmas Day and then maybe get a bit healthier in the following days?
That's right, Tom. So we understand that Christmas time is a time often of indulgence when it comes to food, and don't be too hard on yourself if you are indulging at that Christmas time. As you said, it's a once-off event, but we've got some really handy tips and tricks, really simple ones that just can help you keep on track with your healthy habits during that period. So things like making sure that your beautiful Christmas platter is full of fresh produce, swapping out those salty chips for olives, cheese, and maybe some whole grain crackers, and healthy dips like hummus can make all the difference to just improving some of the snacks that we have around the food that we eat, or the main courses at Christmas lunch and dinner.
Right, so when we're talking around that dinner and that lunch, I guess your point is we're not going to kick out the turkey or the ham if that's a tradition in your family. It's more, or you know, the nice potato, the various versions of that potato people have, but the things around it, because when you add in chips or maybe a sort of brie cheese, if you've got some fresh fruit platters and some good salads, that mix is still okay.
Absolutely. The more vegetables, fruits, and whole grains you can get in and around your Christmas lunches and dinners, the better. The other thing that you can do, really simple things, we find that during the holiday period, people are less active than they usually are. So finding ways to increase your incidental physical activity is really ideal. So having a soccer match or a cricket match at your Christmas lunch is always a good idea, or even moving your gatherings outside just to get your step count up and enjoy the beautiful weather that we've been having.
Yeah, well, that annual cricket game is always a winner. My weakness is probably, I'm usually pretty good at not having too much processed meat, but that ham sits there in the fridge for days afterwards. It's still delicious. I can't help peeling off, you know, a daily sort of sandwich. Am I getting a cross there?
Well, look, saving seconds for the next day and the day after, that's actually a great strategy for minimising how much you eat on one occasion. It's all about balance. So having red meats or meats in general in moderation is not a bad thing, as long as you're filling that plate with lots of veggies and whole grains and healthy, heart-healthy foods. It's a great thing. I think we're often tough on ourselves during the Christmas period, but really simple things like staying hydrated, particularly if you're going to drink alcohol, and keeping on track with the rest of your health is also very important. So if you're prescribed medicines for heart disease or to protect your heart, please make sure you continue to take them as directed. Your health hasn't taken a break over the holiday period, so just be mindful of that and keep on track with those kind of things.
No one wants to be sort of dramatic and say, I'm not feeling great, get me to hospital, especially on Christmas Day. What are the serious signs that maybe your heart's not in the best of health over the Christmas period?
Yeah, well, that's a legitimate concern because a lot of people do put off their health, and if they're feeling unwell, they're unwilling to go off to the hospital, or they might not even be around their local GP or medical services. So we're encouraging you, if you do experience the warning signs of a heart attack, that includes things like chest pain or discomfort, and that pain may even radiate down your arm, your shoulder, your neck, and your jaw, or you may feel short of breath. You may feel dizzy, you may feel faint, you might be sweating, you might feel nauseous, or you're vomiting. Any of those sort of symptoms, if you're concerned about having a heart attack, call 000 urgently. It's a medical emergency, so you need to see a doctor at a hospital as soon as possible.
All right, well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. For people around the country, look, we'll try to be disciplined and just at least include the good things on our plate as well as the maybe not so good. Natalie, thank you.
Thanks for your time, Tom.